Let's talk about hospital bags, what I took, what I wish we would have had, and kind of what I regret taking. So pour yourself something and let's chat. So I wanted to have something that I could, again, walk around the hospital, look like I was in regular clothes, but still be comfy and cozy. I did pack myself one nursing bra just to have, and for as well as for on the way home. The only other thing I did bring clothes-wise is I did get a cute set to wear as my going home outfit. It was just a sweater set. It was a pullover sweater, and then it was like matching wide leg, like high-waisted sweater material pants, just so I could feel nice to bring my new guy home. We did bring a pillow, a blanket, and a boppy, and we ended up not bringing any of them into the hospital. I was able to just use the blankets and pillows in the hospital for when we were sleeping or relaxing, and then I was able to just grab an extra pillow for when I was nursing, and it worked just fine and was honestly less stuff to bring in and out of the hospital. You're already taking so much stuff in. But as for toiletries, I did bring just like my regular like shampoo, body wash, deodorant, face wash, all that kind of stuff. But I did bring makeup wipes and dry shampoo, which was nice just to have to feel a little bit refreshed. My labor was on the longer side, and at one point I actually did want to put makeup on just because I did want to just feel better about myself. Not that I could see myself in any way, but I didn't end up doing it. But I did have kind of a little travel makeup kit, but it was nice to have makeup remover wipes. So after the first couple hours that we were there, and it was well into the night, that I could just wipe it off and feel better about my skin. And then I was able to put dry shampoo on in the morning. Now, I used bio oil and belly butter throughout my pregnancy to help my skin and to prevent stretch marks, and I did bring both of those to the hospital and use them, as well as my belly band for support for like my low back and my belly. And I used them just after I had delivered. The only thing to note is if you are using anything like that you are putting on your skin, if you are nursing, just make sure that it's nursing safe before you put it on. Now, then for baby, we did bring a swaddle that we ended up not using. We just used the cute little like footprint handprint one that the hospital gives us, and it worked out fine. Now, onesies, we only brought size 0 to 3, and they did not fit our little guy. I never in a million years would have thought that he would have been in newborn clothes, and alas, he was. So we ended up actually having to borrow a couple items from the hospital that we have since washed and returned. We actually had a family member come and grab them, wash them, and bring them back to the hospital before we were discharged. But if we do have another one, I will 100% be bringing size 0 to 3 and newborn just in case. But we did bring a baby hat because he was born in winter, as well as a baby blanket for on his way home, and a cute little going home outfit. But we wanted to take pictures in the hospital with a little like cute little wooden name tag sign. So we did bring that with us, and we also brought a Sharpie just so that we were able to fill it out and not have to be looking around the hospital for something like that. Of course, to be discharged, you do need your car seat. We did bring a car seat cover that was just like a nice fuzzy zipper one because he was born in winter, to keep him warm from inside the hospital to the car, which we were able to pull up right in front. So it wasn't like he was outside too long, but it still made me feel better being a new mom. We did have a cute going home outfit for him, and I put a nail file on my list and then decided not to bring one, and boy, are those newborn nails razor sharp, and I wish we would have had one in the hospital. On the crunchier mom side of things, I don't know if you've read any horror stories about meconium, but and like how sticky it can be. One of the things we did was we put olive oil on him, and that helped tremendously. So that was great. Now, for my hubby's bag, we also had packed a blanket and a pillow for him, and we ended up not bringing his in either and had just left them in the car. But he packed a change of clothes, a phone charger, and we had put snacks on the list, and somehow they either did not make it into his bag, or we left them in the car. And for how long our labor was, we definitely wish we would have had not only snacks for him, but for me. So some extras that we had were, we had brought a sound machine, and our little guy ended up staying in the NICU for just a couple days, but we ended up using it for ourselves because it kind of blurred out like the different beeps and hospital noises. And not that we could sleep those first couple of nights, but it helped us get as much sleep as we possibly could. And that was nice. But a stroller fan. So I got really warm during delivery, and it was nice because the stroller van, you could wrap around the hospital, the handlebars on the bed, or I could just hold it, and it was really lightweight, or my hubby could hold it. We also brought me a reusable water bottle as well as him, which was nice because I don't want just a little tiny cup like they give you that comes with your meal, but I wanted like my actual like big handled water bottle that we were able to fill. I did bring AirPods just because after the little guy was born, I wanted to be able to call or FaceTime family members and it not be super loud. I ended up actually using them before while we were waiting for him to get here, so that just in case my hubby was trying to get some sleep, that I could still be on the phone and not be super loud and disturb anything. But we did also throw in a travel laundry bag and an empty bag. Now, one of my friends had given me this tip, and I am so glad that we did it. They give you so much stuff, whether it's postpartum items for mom, or extra diapers or wipes or cream for baby. And it was nice to fill a bag and be able to carry that to the car. And like, we just brought like an extra reusable bag that we would take to like Aldi. And I mean, if they're gonna give it to you, by all means, take it. And of course we had that stuff at home, but it did make us just feel a little bit more confident and a little bit more prepared bringing this new life home. That is probably my number one recommendation. The other one being a folder. You get so much paperwork that you don't want wrinkled. So actually our doctor, when we had gone in for one of our last appointments, I had said like, hey, like, what are your top 3 things that you like to tell people to bring to the hospital for new parents, or even if people have done this before? But she said, always bring a folder because you're going to be given so much information that you want to have some place that you can organize it. And oh my goodness, was that true? I feel like we killed several trees by the amount of information the hospital gave us, but it was nice to have that to keep it organized, as well as I had written out my pediatrician's contact information. So like address, phone number, doctor's name, and had that in the folder because you do have to call the pediatrician's office to let them know, at least ours we did, what our discharge date was, so you could schedule that first appointment for your newborn. And everything was written down, so just in case the nurse came in or the doctor came in and for whatever reason I was not able to talk to them, that we had the card and my hubby could grab it, or whoever was in our room helping us, and I could just hand them the information. It was all in one place. I did put my purse on my list just because that mom brain is no joke, and wanted to make sure that I had my purse, my wallet, all my medical cards with me. We did bring a speaker and a fire stick with us. We did not end up using either of them. Now, I don't know that I would take these off my list in the future. The speaker I definitely would bring just in case we wanted to play music or something and we didn't want to be using our speaker on our phone. But a fire stick, just the way that, now this is if we deliver at the same hospital, just the way that their TVs are set up, I don't know that we actually could have plugged a fire stick in. And with our little guy being in the NICU, we didn't spend any time, honestly, in our room. We were down there visiting with him. And my number one thing for items for mom is if someone gets you a postpartum kit, or you put a postpartum kit on your registry, which I highly recommend doing, look at those items before you go to the hospital and definitely consider taking some of those with you, because they are just better than the ones that you're going to get at the hospital. Just make sure if you do take them that you bring them home. But I really hope this helps. My goal is to make a free download checklist, because it is quite sizable the things that I had written down. And if I can help any parents in the future for what to take or what not to take, or any advice, I mean, by all means, take this as a grain of salt. Everybody's different. I want to be able to do that just because it's something I researched so much. I watched so many videos, so many TikToks, read blogs and everything, that I was probably over prepared. But if just putting it all in one place and giving a download helps somebody else, I would absolutely do it. But if you made it to the end, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and follow along for more. And as always, thanks for coming for the friendship, but staying for the organized chaos. Cheers.